Hard luck. Your second double super over with Afghanistan in 2 years. Your thoughts on? Have you had time to process the thing?
Not really. It was a good game of cricket, obviously. It showed the type of cricket we can play, certainly chasing. And then to get so close in the first super over, I think the game ebbed and flowed, and there were maybe a few mistakes from both sides towards the end that let the other side back in, and when you try and close it out. That was fairly obvious. And then again, is South Africa a good side? They again, if you know, but also we've got some good players as well. And you know, when the second super over and we're 0 for 1 off 2 balls and we still get close, you know, it just shows what we have as a side. So we've got some amazing players, and it's just really devastating for the guys after a tough loss a few days ago against New Zealand, and now against South Africa in a tough group as well. So, you know, these guys are never shy of rising up against the challenges, you know, that they face throughout their lives on and off the field. So today they should be very proud, and obviously these types of losses, sometimes they can, you know, hurt and sting for a while, but I think it's important we look at those areas that we did really well in, but also areas that we could improve and things we could have done better. I think South Africa fielded pretty well actually as well. The run out, you know, a few catches on the boundary, on the ring, those sorts of things. I think they fielded really well, and maybe that was the difference today a little bit.
Hi, Trotty. Bad luck today. Can you just tell us a bit about your strategy in those 2 super overs, and, like, for example, why Mohamed Nabi came out to bat at the start of the second one, and just how did you plan your bowling?
Well, we thought we saw that they were going to bowl spinner, Kesh. So Nabi's a pretty good hitter of spin, just didn't get it right. I think, you know, we made the call. Gobas in good form. You know, it's one of those things.
Yourself, I mean, you guys have obviously lost a second game now, and I know that you're done after this tournament. What's it been like for you, your time with Afghanistan, and also your reflections on everything you've achieved in however long it's been?
I think that was a great snapshot of it. No, I think I'd prefer to talk about it, you know, when it's done, than talk about it now. We've still got 2 important games, you know. I think respect the side, the job, but also the 2 games we've got coming up, which are important as well. I don't think it's time to start talking about, you know, when I'm not in the position. I'm still in the position. I'd like to make sure I get that right, and that we get it right against the UAE in Delhi. They're a good side, and so are we. So we've got to hopefully finish playing some good cricket and see what we come up with. Hopefully this group can surprise a few people, and there are a few losses somewhere along the line, and we get ourselves back in, and we've got to stay positive. And we've played a lot of cricket against the UAE in Dubai and Sharjah, and we know each other pretty well, so that should be a good game.
Jonathan, you were born in South Africa in a time when the national team had a reputation for melting under pressure, and I kind of wonder if you saw signs of that happening. I know they won, obviously, but did you see signs of that, of panic in the South Africans?
No, I think they're a very good side. I was speaking to Shukri, who coached me at the academy in 2001, and you know, I've got nothing, you know, obviously respect for the upbringing that I had as a child, and the schooling and the education as a cricketer. I'll never forget that. But you know, I obviously, whenever South Africa plays or I play against South Africa, I want to win. But if South Africa is playing somebody else other than England or the team that I'm coaching like this, you know, I want them to do well. So yeah, I said to Shooks, I think they'll learn from that, and they'll hopefully iron out the things that they want to get right. But that's for them to sort out, and you know, I wish them all the best, and they're a very good side.
Gurbaz, I mean, he had a really good innings in the main match, and then almost took you over the line there. He's obviously one of your best players. He looked really gutted at the end there. What do you think he will go through now, and what can you do to support him? And also, you know, how important is this to him?
I think with Gurbaz, I think it's probably the best innings I've seen him play, and I just unfortunately couldn't get us a bit closer or get us over the line there. So, you know, Gurbaz is a really great and talented cricketer, and those innings that we saw today, I think he should play more often, if I'm honest with you. The amount of talent that he has, and the physique, and the sporting ability and natural hand-eye coordination, it's just about going forward now, I think with him and just being able to process this will be a good challenge for him. You know, wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's quite an animated character. I think, you know, the years that I've been with him now and just trying to get him to, you know, be a little bit more consistent in everything that he does. And we all saw today the types of innings that he can play and the areas that he can hit balls and how hard he can hit them. And I think he should be a lot more consistent than he is, especially when you see innings like that. And I look forward to seeing how his future goes, and that goes for everyone else.
Yeah. There are a lot of ifs and buts in such games, but you went through a double super over against India 2 years back.
Yeah.
Are there any lessons to be drawn from such games going to these, or it's just too random for you to think of?
No,
anything like
I think, you know, I've had a couple of super overs, and I think as a coach, you got to be very clear on what you do. Because what happens is, certainly when the game ends, there's a lot of emotions, like there was, you know, and then there's a lot of information. You got to be very clear, I think, and we were clear. We were clear. And sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. You know, and sometimes when you're on the losing side of it, you think, oh, what if? That's generally what happens. You know, so if it had been the other way, you know, South Africa would be asking themselves questions, but they get on a bus now, and it's, you know, they've got their full points from their 2 games. So that's what happens in cricket, I find, as well. So it's important now as a coach we don't lose sight of actually what we've been able to do here, and the respect that I think of the years that I've been in charge, we've been able to gain respect around the cricketing world and community for the way that we play the game, and the talent of players that we have, and I think that's a great thing.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Cool.